Hey everybody, Shane Sauer with Blue Wing Title Agency here with our Real Estate Minute. Today we've got Shauna Slevin with us from Slevin Real Estate Group.
Yes,
And you're excited to be here.
I am. Yes,
I love
absolutely.
it. I like excitement. Go with it. Well, hey, we got some questions for you. We're going to grill you a little bit. So
Oh boy, I'm excited.
get ready.
Okay. There we go.
Well, let's start with how did you get into the industry and what do you love about it?
Yeah. How did I get into the industry? You know, it's kind of one of those things. I know some people are fortunate to get into real estate early. I'm not one of those people. So I've been in real estate now for 10 years. But prior to that, I had no thought of being a real estate agent. Like there was nothing in my brain that was going to bring me there. I have an accounting background. I worked in the accounting field for years. Things changed with corporate, and I decided I wanted to control my own life.
Okay.
Set my own salary, make sure that I was in control of who says I can do what I can do, right? So anyways, real estate happened to be something that fit in that goal, and I tried it, and I loved it. So been in full-time real estate for 10 years. What do I love about it? Honestly, working with people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good and it's bad, right? People have their nuances, but overall, helping people achieve their goals and see them buy a home or sell a home because they're ready to move on to the next adventure in their life. That's what gets it done for me. And I take my financial background and put it into real estate, and it's just been a great fit.
Yeah, because it does translate a little bit, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I
Yeah.
think you can bring any experience to real estate that you have previously and make it work. And that's the beauty of real estate is it's so flexible. You make it what you want it to be.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Well, let's get into some questions here. Some of this stuff. Can overpricing your home actually cost you money?
It's a great question, and absolutely, right? So overpricing your home, the problem is that most sellers will think, I can price high and then I can reduce. What's the problem with that, right? And what they don't understand is the first 2 weeks on market is the most critical. It's when they're going to get the most attention. If we overprice, now the buyers are just going to skip past us because they're not going to go to a house where they're like, well, this one's so far over everything else I'm looking for, or I can't even afford that house, right? So once you start reducing as a seller, once you start reducing, you've already missed that window of opportunity, and now you have also missed those potential buyers.
Yeah.
So pricing correctly from day one is absolutely important. It's going to get you the most activity, the most showings, and potentially multiple offers, which who doesn't want that? Because that's going to drive the price of the home up. So, yeah.
And so important in this market where we find it more of a buyer's market, right?
Absolutely.
Pricing right out of the gate correctly is key.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Agree.
What's the first thing buyers notice when they walk into a home?
You know, most people think it's the kitchen, it's the finishes, and in reality, it's how they feel. So this is an emotional journey for buyers.
Yeah.
And they, like the first 10 seconds when they walk into a house, they're noticing smells, they're noticing lighting, the open space. They're noticing whether the house is clean and hasn't been well cared for, right? So we really want to make sure that we are offering that buyer the best opportunity when they walk in the door. So when I talk to sellers, we talk about, am I putting together the perfect home? No, you're putting together an experience for the buyer so they can actually see themselves living there.
Yeah,
So,
well
super
said.
Important.
Well said. I think buyers take all that in right away, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Interesting stuff because you can get turned off that quick or turned on that quick, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You walk into a door and you're instantly hit with a weird smell or something, and the buyers, that's what they remember when they walk out the door, right? So
It absolutely is. What's the biggest myth about selling a house?
Ooh, I think for most sellers, it's that I have to completely renovate my home. And that's really not true. For most sellers, they can do a few simple things. Add some paint, declutter the house, do a deep cleaning, and even some front yard landscaping, right? Because we want to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward for that first impression when the buyer pulls up to the house.
Yeah, sometimes it's not as overwhelming as a seller might think.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Let me piggyback on that real quick. Do you feel when selling working with sellers, do you feel AI is a great tool to show
Ooh.
potentials?
You have to be very careful with AI,
Mm-hmm.
right? You don't want to misrepresent
Yep.
what your house looks like. And I think that's where we can take AI and make it something that's not advantageous. Because if a buyer shows up, I've seen it, where they change the landscaping of the house and in the pictures on MLS, there's a beautiful green yard, there's a big
Uh-huh.
tree, it's all these things. And then a buyer shows up and it's none of those things. And it's barely
Yeah.
landscaped in the front yard. What's their first thought going to be? Somebody's trying to trick me.
Right.
Am I really going to want to go in and see this house? Probably not. Like, I've had buyers that will just be like, yeah, we'll pass and just keep going.
Yeah.
Never even walked into the house.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Where's the pool?
yes, we have to be careful with AI. You can use it properly, but you just have to be careful how you use it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's one upgrade that almost is always worth the money before listing?
Honestly, if I were going to recommend one thing, it's going to be paint. So paint, new paint, right? Just a fresh neutral color. We're not going to go crazy colors. A fresh neutral color is going to make the house look cleaner. It usually makes it look brighter. And, most people it just gives it that appeal when you walk in where you're just like, oh, the finishes and all these other things, right? So I think paint is the biggest impact. Not only that, but it's something that a seller can do that has a lot of value, but doesn't cost a lot of money,
Right.
generally,
Right.
right? And it has the biggest impact when you're looking at pictures or even in person. So we
Yeah.
have to remember how are buyers shopping, and most buyers are shopping online first. So if your photos don't show up, a buyer's probably not showing up for a showing, right? So you want to make sure that your photos are beautiful, as clean as they can be, and paint definitely helps with that.
Yeah, probably your cheapest upgrade, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean-
not much you have to do with that. I mean, yeah, it costs you money, but there's affordable options out there for paint, and it just makes a big difference.
Absolutely. But neutral is the way to go.
Absolutely, yes.
Don't get the bargain bin, the remix stuff and stuff that didn't sell at Home Depot.
No, and we don't want to add a contrast color, and we don't want to do these other things. We don't know what the buyer's going to love. Staying neutral,
Yes.
that's going to help them put their palette into that house and what they want to do.
Absolutely. What's something every seller should do before the photographer arrives for the listing photography?
Yeah, so I've seen some really bad photos on MLS. It's amazing, right? So as a seller, think about your home. There's a couple of different ways to think about this. One, I'm going out on my first date, right? So I'm going to dress up. I want to make a good impression.
Yeah.
Think of your home the same way, right? So we want our house to also make that really good first impression. So we're going to go through and we're going to remove things off of like our kitchen countertops or bathroom countertops, declutter the place, do a deep cleaning, make the bed, put your laundry away wherever we can. We're going to put like trash cans away. We want to hide pet bowls. And then, just kind of do that final walkthrough. Think of it. I like to think about it as, does my house look like a model home? And if you're there, then you probably have a product that's going to show up really well in pictures. Again, back to showing up really well in pictures, right? We want to do everything we can. And sometimes we have to take a step back because we're so used to walking into our house and living in it the way we love to live in it. But when we're selling a house, that has to be completely different than the way we live in it.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. So what's your secret to getting top dollar for your sellers?
Ooh. Yeah. To be honest, there's no magic sauce, right? It's all about strategy. So when we start talking about getting best price, we want to make sure we price it correctly on market. We want to use professional pictures and videos. Make sure we're marketing out to where buyers are looking. It doesn't do us to do marketing to sellers if we're trying to sell a house, right? So we want to be in the right area. So marketing out to the buyers and then making sure that that home stands out from anything else in the neighborhood. It's a buyer's market. It's a buyer's market because our market has a high saturation of homes available right now. We have to be different. How do we, make ourselves strategically a little bit different? And, I think it's important that a home that sells for the highest price, it's not an accident. Somebody put some strategy behind that.
Absolutely.
Built a plan. And you know what? That is when I'm working with sellers, that's what we do. We sit down, we make a plan, we come up with a strategy that makes the most sense for that seller in that location to get them sold at the highest price. That's ultimately our goal, right? That's what
Absolutely,
we want.
right?
So we're not selling just because we, sometimes we have to sell, agreed, but most of the time we're selling because we want to move on to the next adventure in our life, and we need the funds to do that. So
yeah. Well, I got some rapid fire questions for you. Are you?
I'm excited about this.
And I am too.
Okay, good.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here they come.
Okay.
Beatles or Stones?
Stones.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
What's your favorite restaurant in the Southeast Valley?
Ooh. Dang. Honestly, the Gilbert House, probably. It's a cute little spot that my husband and I love to do breakfast on Sundays, and we go there for breakfast quite a bit. It has a cute outside space. It's like I think it's a Sears house, like a 1950s
Really?
Sears house. Oh my gosh, so it's so cute.
I've not been there.
Yeah, Gilbert House, worth it. Yeah, good food. They put out good food as well. So.
What's one thing on your bucket list?
Travel more. I really have found my daughter and I love to travel with our husbands, not just us, and our dogs. We do RV trips quite a bit, and it's been a couple years since we've done one, so it's time to plan for a new one. Yeah, I would love to be able to, honestly, if it was up to me, I would say do one every year. And I love the United States. I know my husband has a huge bucket list for going to Europe and seeing some different things. For me, the United States, there's so many things I have not seen, and I want to see them. So.
Me too. Take me next time.
Nice.
Early bird or night owl?
Oh, I'm an early bird, for sure.
Yeah.
If I make it past 8:30 at night, I'm lucky.
Me too. I'm usually asleep on the couch by that time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. Well, I appreciate you being here with us. Any last words for everybody out there?
No, you guys, Shane's fantastic. So if you're looking for, a title company to work with, I recommend him. And I appreciate you taking the time to do this with me today.
Absolutely. It's fun, right?
Yeah, it was super fun.
High five.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.